Good evening. Oh, good evening, Purple. Good evening, Karyala. I immediately feel better seeing your classic first greeting question. Is this like a Doom mod? The universe is immediately. I know it's doing fine. Okay, so let's get going. I'll also put this later in the on YouTube. Okay, so a little bit of introduction how this crazy level actually happened to be built. So over the years, I've been working on various ideas and concepts for levels, and also I've been doing some experiments, and over time they aggregated in one level that I used in one mission pack. I don't know how to say, but kind of a level like WDiffuse project with a couple of levels that I used for testing and some concepts. And after a while, I figured that all of them are far too different to actually turn into a level, and some ideas simply didn't work. But I thought after a while I can bind them all together into a crazy level, which would be more like a showcase, let's say showcase level, which is playable rather than a pure showcase level, but also not really a serious level. So I wanted just something ludicrous and a little, let's say, ludicrous and with a bit of humor, but also like a mini showcase level of things I've been working over the years. So that's the idea behind this crazy thing. And I thought, maybe since we previously we had the Mines Mines contest, this was something like a successor honoring the other legendarily bad leveled Coober. So let's go. I won't go through the entire briefing. I invented the whole story, an unnecessarily complex one, where at the end the senator tells you, and all of that will give to dash render, and you just go pick up some more you'll go rescue Jan Ors, and whereas dash render will do all this complicated thing. So already here I wanted to make it a little bit to show that I'm not really meaning this very seriously, even though some ideas are serious in this level. Okay, I'm playing since this mission was built for original vanilla Dark Forces, I'm playing it in the good old DOS version with the excellent mouse look mod. So, by the way, let me know in the chat if the ratio of music and effects is and my voice is okay, or something needs to be adjusted. So the first segment of the level is just the original Coober. When we complete it, then we get to the new part. By the way, yes, you're right, Karyala. You worked on that mouse look. It's actually a great mod. So for those who don't know about it and maybe are viewing this video later, it's an excellent addition to original Dark Forces. That mouse look mod really makes the game easier to play. By the way, this level has 8 secrets. I'll be showing all 8 of them, of which 2 are from the original Coober level. So I won't discuss Coober itself too much. If you don't know it yet, you should. All together with the excellent texture alignment that you're just seeing right now. It's quite a legendary crazy level. I'll just storm through it first. It's anyway copied, an exact copy of the original Coober. By the way, I always found this thing here weird. I don't know whether it's visible well in the stream, but there is a hole which has the same texture like the rest of the floor. So I don't know whether that was intended by the original Coober author to be some kind of a trap or something. Anyhow. About a million stormtroopers there. Not really very challenging as long as you just know what tactics to use, just letting them choke at the edge. The original Coober also has here the ice floor, which is a little bit weird, but well, it is an artistic choice, I suppose. And now in the next one, the key thing is to grab the concussion rifle as soon as possible to get rid of about 1 million stormtroopers. Fortunately, there's a lot of shields here, more than you usually need. Okay, 200, nice. Okay, on to the next section. For those who don't know yet, actually this Coober level spells Coober in the map, so sectors look like letters. On we go. Okay, here is another secret which holds the weapon supercharge, which is essentially, well, okay, it has its purpose, but it's not needed now. We want to get rid of about 55,000 other stormtroopers, and now we're reaching almost the end of the level. This is the R of Coober, and we have a revive, and behind is the Darth Vader with the Dark Trooper Phase 1 logic. Overly difficult. Okay, that's it. And up to here everything is the same as in the original Coober. Here's where the difference starts, and with Jan actually not being rescued. In the original Coober you actually pick her up just like the Death Star plans. Here she actually has her own speech.
Am I supposed to be impressed by your rescue attempt? Anyone could do it. Besides, I didn't ask to be rescued. I like it here. If you really want to impress me, go find some Death Star plans or something.
Okay, so she says she's not really impressed, she likes it here, doesn't want to be rescued, and go find some Death Stars or something. And this part here I somehow intended, for those of you who know of the game, who know of the game Portal by Valve, there is that moment when you kind of exit the testing area and you start entering the bowels of the actual factory and research center. And this is I intended it like the same thing. Here you're leaving Coober and entering something that was outside, yeah, that leads to a completely different geometry. So for those who don't know, from this point onward, these already are my additions. Oh, hello, Vex, known as Secret Base. Good early morning for you, I guess. Okay, here nothing particularly unusual or innovative. These are just some rooms I did for some testing of INF scripting. Nothing extraordinary. But in the next room is one, let's say, a challenge, or I wouldn't say puzzle really, but a challenge to where these buttons have to be shot and they move very quickly. So I was experimenting. What I wanted to do was kind of what I tried to do was something like invent a riddle or a puzzle where you either can go very quickly and waste a lot of ammo, or if you're patient you can pass it without spending too much ammo. At the end of the day, it didn't really I didn't find use of it, let's put it that way. It kind of works, and here now I'm going for the extreme ammo spending approach. But if you are patient, you can snipe, wait for the positions to match the crosshair, and easily finish this or complete this puzzle. You just need patience. Okay. I couldn't resist but making the joke of having here the reactor, or this coupling. I don't have any sequencer charge, besides I have to find some more Death Star plans. And to impress Jan. Okay, nothing spectacular about this. Here is a hidden switch in the darkness which you open. Here, this area is a remnant of one test sector I did, where I tried to make something like believable, something like a force field or some plasma traveling in some plasma pods in these reactors. I wasn't too happy with it, even when it was transparent or with some lighting effects. It never looked quite well, so it was left on the proverbial cutting room floor in the levels that I did. Still, I kept it here as a reminder, if you will. Okay, here we've got one more secret. let's have this weapon and nothing spectacular about this place here. Just some more pickups. And now we go to the now that we've collected the I hope I have collected the key. There, the officer, he drops it. Yes. Okay, now that we have the key, we can open the door that we found earlier. The door down this elevator. And this opens this area. So this is as you see here, this is the thing that I worked quite a lot with, and my intention at one point was to create a level which would present or which would be which would mostly have atmospheric effects, precipitation. Like the idea was to have a heavy storm, and as time passes, then you enter, and then I mean as the mission progresses, maybe storm. The rain becomes a little bit weaker, and then it's in the end when you ascend high enough, it's replaced by snow. Everything using the same technique. So there's a lot of walls here which are transparent and passable, and they have this animated rain texture all around. The point is, in the now with the Force engine, probably it could be done much better. But back then with vanilla, the Dark Forces, too many joins, because all of these are sectors, small sectors. With too many, it would too easily crash or produce HOMs. So I couldn't make it really too much. But the idea was to have this very heavy storm, and which would also make it more challenging to see the enemies. So as for that, that's how the walls, or let's say the rain, is made. Even though if you, for example, if you stand here, you see the technique, how it works. So walls are those that make. As for the floors, there are actually 8. There are actually 8 floor textures that are interchanged, that are being changed continuously by a script elevator. They are being like cycled, looped. 8 of them. I actually wrote a Python script that produced these little circles, these little raindrops there, animated. Yeah, I realized I was too lazy to actually draw it manually, so yeah, wrote a script. Also, by the way, lots of experimenting in, I don't know, I hope it's audible, the rain sound. Once you leave the interior and get here, you're supposed to hear some raindrops on the helmet or on the head. So yeah, like I said, I had an idea to make a level which would mostly take place in hard weather and in rain and snow, but actually this concept didn't work for me at the end. I tested it a bit, and it never actually didn't help much, to put it that way. It didn't really make the gameplay any better. So on we go. We'll encounter rain once more. Nothing extraordinary here, just usual stuff. We have one secret here. I cannot help but put lots of blank cards here that Catan remarks to, and that leads us to the next crazy level. So this is the part where we return to the Coober geometry, to put it that way, and I used that one to test crazy logic of various enemies. Just a second, I think my night filter is kicking in and I need to disable it. Okay. And so yeah, it spells Revisited, like as you probably know already. It follows on the idea. What I liked here a lot and wanted to keep was the Gran with the Dark Trooper phase 1 logic. Very slow one. It can still attack you, just like Gran can. But I found it really kind of funny having such a slow one. Like Dark Trooper has a really bad day, and you know, he's really lazy. This is a really lazy one and can be easily killed. I found it quite funny when I did it, so I kept it here. Next ones I wanted to experimented with was this one, the turret with the 5-fold turret logic. So it's extremely powerful. I was experimenting with the to use it in Lava Planet in one area where I wanted to make it impossible to pass. So it would kind of inform the player that they need to find another way to pass the area, so that it's really impassable. But I found that if a player was I thought if the player was patient enough, they would realize that they could actually snipe all of these turrets, and they wouldn't get that there is another thing they have to do. So I mostly abandoned it. Here we've got I experimented a bit with mines and how they trigger each other, and wanted to see whether there is something like a trail of explosion happening. At the end of the day, I didn't find a good use for it, but okay, that's also one experiment I did. Here I was these invisible Trandoshans. I was trying to invent an idea or something like a way to have random damage done. Which would be something like a complex force field or something. Okay, which is just appearing in the level, so that you somehow get randomly hit from time to time, but didn't use it in the end. It was far too unpredictable. Okay, so some more enemies. I actually, most of these combined logics I threw away, but one I found out to be quite useful are is combining the probe droid with Trandoshan. That works like a super probe droid. But I still intended it to be something like crazy. So here I wanted to have user pick up lots of keys. That's like a hallmark of bad levels is like having 60 keys to pick up at once. We've got one more secrets here behind these bricks Medines with attacking logic. Some more pickups, and okay, only the D remains. Okay, and this ends this revisited, so Coober-like section, and I needed something suitably horrible, so I used this texture which is completely wrongly colored to mark the door, to show where the door is. Okay, now back to another area which was also a testing area for this level, with taking place on a very rainy planet. Where I tried to restrict to let the to make it easier on the engine by not having so many sectors, but rather having it only outside. It's still quite visible that these are actually walls. So altogether, I scrapped the idea, even though the testing area still remained here in this level. Maybe someone will, especially with new capabilities of the Force engine, maybe they would there will be other techniques possible, but with the old one it didn't work. At least didn't work well enough. I couldn't make it work well enough. Okay, so here we're back into back to the area most of you probably know, the secret base final area from the original game. This is actually, I was trying to, this was part of an experiment I was doing, trying to make a more like a parody of the original secret base level, where actually there are no secret plans here, and then you have to do something else, like a search further into the cliff. By the way, obviously I scrapped that idea as well. There is one secret here, and this area will show will be important later as well. But on we go for now. And these are the unused some unused sectors from another level I was working on. I was I thought of making something like, let's say, expansion of my first level, fourth quad, and I thought of making some kind of extra cliff or cave areas. At the end of the day, I didn't use them. I just remodeled these a little and put those. Okay, I'm not a particularly good player, as you have already spotted. Okay, on we go. So, here we have I'll come back to this area later to reveal the super secret. But for now, I'll just walk on. We'll return later. So this here are the parts of the lava planet, Narshada part of lava planet that was left on the cutting room floor. At the end of the day, I wasn't really super happy with this, and it made the level even larger, even though it was already large. So yeah, it was left here. Here you find you need a yellow key, so the only way to go on is here, and this is the unused, or I would say the first version of the lava planet. Some rooms that I used here. Okay, now for one puzzle. So let me get rid of these first. There is one secret here which lets you grab the mortar. Here behind. Okay, it will be useful later to clear some mines. Okay, so here the idea is you have to get that there is no way to turn off this force field, but it also deflects the turret. So hopefully you realize quickly enough that as a player that you have to position yourself so that it triggers this switch automatically. If you stand in the right spot, it does so, but you have to be careful because it immediately starts shooting at you. So that's what you got. Now you got the yellow key, and now you know where you need to go. By the way, this here is an homage to Karyala's level from the Mines contest. I love that contest a lot, and I think Jabba with this leg deserves its space in every level, at least in the secret area. Okay, so now that we've got the yellow key, we can go here. This door is now accessible. Another area from the lava planet, Narshada part of the planet.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised to see you given what's happening. Seems like the Empire's experiments with the new hyperspace interdiction technology went awry and are causing uncontrolled rifts in space and time around the galaxy. No one has any idea about how to stop it. But if I were you, I would just keep looking for some more Death Star plans.
Okay, conversation with Convigate, who is another. For those who don't know, he appears in the excellent Prelude to Harkon's Defection, and this is a wink in that direction. Okay, now here there's a Trandoshan here, so I gotta be careful. Yeah. Being shot twice, that's what means careful for me, obviously. Okay, there's some power-ups here, but I need health more than anything else. Okay, so here clearing some mines. This should be enough. And now we have this officer drop a key card, which we already saw previously where the key was needed. Yeah, good comment. Secret base. The Java is unavoidable in any new levels. Now I'll show you the super secret of the level. So we got the code already, the key card from this officer, or the code card rather. But there is another secret code. So if you go here, now if you look behind the corner here, there is a switch, shootable switch up there. Okay. It's not at all easy to shoot, so it tells you, oh, okay, force is dragging me eastward. By the way, this is almost like a joke secret. It's not really intended to be found easily. It's more like if you're ultra persistent, then you may find it. But for completeness, I'll show it tonight. So yeah, here, and if you hit that switch before, then behind this secret there will be another switch. And now it opens another area, which I'll quickly get back to. So if you return now over the abandoned bridge from the lava planet to the area we went for earlier, there'll be a whole lot of text. Just a few more seconds. Then this crazy area also opens with lots of gibberish text that I added. I wrote something which is actually supposed to mean something but doesn't mean anything. The thing is, the puzzle here is to observe the words that are written in all caps, I guess is the word, all capitals. And if you observe these, if you just take their initial letters, it spells mountains, then it spells 3. So you see, true heroes regret everything eventually. So this one spells 3, and the one below spells triangle. So it spells mountains, 3, and triangle. And if you think a little bit, these are the symbols that you have on key cards as well. So you can try that key as well. Okay, and now we'll try to enter that into that enter that code into the. In the code block there. Even though it's probably easier to find that secret by simply disassembling the level, to be honest. Okay, so if I enter that secret one, mountains, 3, triangle, then this holograph here will display my philosophical maunderings and thoughts. I will not now bore you with that. If you're interested, you can check it out for yourself. But it has a long text of finding loopholes in dark forces. So it's not really a rewarding secret. It's rather yeah, just for fun. But what we do now here is enter the real code picked up from that what was it, from that officer? Okay, it opens the door into the next section, which is another abandoned idea, where I thought I could somehow make something like Minecraft in Dark Force. At the end of the day, again, one more idea that I scrapped because I didn't like it that much at the end. I found that here's another secret, by the way. I found that actually playing Minecraft is better as it is. I don't need to recreate it into like first-person shooter. So I just took some textures and applied them here. This is a little reference to the beginners who always make these kind of stairs in Minecraft before they find better techniques to reach the surface. By the way, speaking of puzzle chains, purple, I like that also in levels. So secret that leads to another secret, to yet another secret, or maybe many secrets have to be combined to reach an ultra secret. I always like that kind of thing. Not necessarily just in Dark Forces, in any kind of game. So this now that we reach is another abandoned idea of mine. For a while I was toying with the idea of creating something like I know at City sewers are the third level in Dark Forces, and I thought of making something like third and a half level of Dark Forces, where actually Catan doesn't find Moff Rebus in the level number 3, but it finds the door he escaped through, and then there's an additional level where he actually has to go further through the city to find Moff Rebus. I ended up not really doing this, as you know. I didn't. At the end of the day, I didn't like the concept that much, but I was playing a little bit with ideas. I would have made it more like full of puzzles rather than of enemies. So something like what you just saw here, a little bit of swimming through the sewage. Nothing tastier. Unlock the door. And we're already getting very close to the finish. Okay, this unlocks the door here. By the way, with that glass, it looks a little bit too clean. I guess the real level would just have it have no glass and let everything drip around. This next section was just testing my Python script generating spiral stairs. I think I did post it on our Discord a while ago, where you add some parameters and it just generates a spiral stairway. Of course, it's possible to do it manually, but I found it far too difficult and fiddly. And finally, a section which was also supposed to be in Lava Planet, but I abandoned it because it was. I realized if I added the entire section where you're in Imperial craft, it would make the level far too large, and I'd rather wanted to include none of it than to have too much and just one more unneeded section. So this leads us to the end. And if you hit this final switch after lots of waiting, there's a huge instance of Death Star plans, with which Jen will definitely be impressed. Here it is, and you just pick it up like any other in those any other level, any other of these levels where you need to pick up the Death Star plans. And that's it. I've showed all there is in this ludicrous little level. If you guys got any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Just type them in the chat. By the way, back then when I launched this level, a few folks asked me where was the song taken from. Actually, I composed it myself. Obviously, it's a variation on a theme to Star Wars, but I wanted to make something something a little bit weird and unfitting, intentionally unfitting, and it's a wink toward this 90s and early 2000s, but mostly wink to the late 90s, when there were lots of editors for first-person shooters from that era available, like Duke Nukem 3D and Blood and others. And I remember it was quite common for builders of levels back then to just grab a MIDI. There was lots of MIDI music pack available, and then stick it into the level. And it was completely unfitting. It didn't fit at all into the levels. And I remember playing, I think it was Duke Nukem 3D level, which was in itself, the architecture was quite good, but I think it had some song from REM was the soundtrack, which was absolutely not fitting in any imaginable way. So it's kind of wink in that direction. But I loved creating this soundtrack. By the way, for those listening, if you guys are working on any nice level and would like to have a custom soundtrack for it, reach out. I did one for Harkov 2025 for Matthias von Herman, for Herbie. Maybe I would do that in future again. I loved doing that soundtrack. Yeah, good comment. Once you pick up the Death Star plans, you know that's it. You've seen everything there was to see in the level. As for the level, as for the third part of my supposed trilogy, that's one more failed experiment. I should say that I had an idea to make a very stealth-based level, but it didn't really work, even though I've already done a lot of work on it. By the end of the day, it didn't really work well. So I've scrapped that idea, but maybe something else will come up in the future. Yeah, I see you guys also agree about the inappropriate MIDI soundtracks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I remember also there was I now remember playing some Doom level, which was again not bad at all, but soundtrack was, I think, from the Guns N' Roses or some such band that was popular at the time. So I think it was just back then it was almost a law that when you created a level you stuck in the MIDI soundtrack of whatever was your favorite song, pop song or rock song, like a mainstream song at the time. Okay, anything else on your mind, guys? Yeah, as you suggest, Purple. Maybe now with new with the Force Engine editor being available, maybe that will nudge me towards building some new levels. I don't think I can make anything extremely large any longer, but maybe something mid-sized someday. Who knows? Especially with these new capabilities of editors. Okay. Yeah, good point. Secret base. Actually, the so to speak, there was a secret announcement of this level. When I released that tool for Lego tool back then, the zip included also a level file of this level. So I thought maybe it would be like a riddle for audience, and yeah, actually Secret Base discovered it. So a puzzle where the left file contains hidden comments needed to solve a puzzle. Yeah, that maybe goes even further then. In this case, I wanted to make everything like reachable in the level itself, but it would be an interesting maybe idea to have again a ludicrous level where you have to reach outside Dark Forces to actually find a solution to a puzzle. Maybe. But yeah, in here you can find everything in this level. You just have to look really, really hard. That super secret was not even supposed to be found by like, you know, sane people. Just for the most persistent. Yeah, alternate reality game. Okay, guys. I guess that's it. If for those who are not from the Dark Forces community, make sure to join it if you like if you like such things, and if you like this game, and you'll like it. If you haven't played it, you will like it. Visit the Dark Forces df-21.net, as it says in the top right corner. We have a great little but very powerful and great community with lots of excellent builders and superb people. Not sure about the Imperial Library, but maybe you're right, yes. Okay, guys, thank you very much for going through this dev commentary, and see you soon in some other setting. cheers everyone. Have a nice rest of the day or night or morning, whatever it is in your time zone. Goodbye.